G'day folks, I've started on the turbo relocation. God, it's looking good. I'm a bit excited, so excuse my excitement guys. I've decided to dive right deep into it and I'm well underway. I've got my head around how I'm going to position it, what I'm doing, and it's going to be incredible guys. I've decided to put it on the passenger side because like I said in the other vid, I really want to get a bit of weight back over that side and balance the car that little bit better. Because that's actually 17.4 kilograms on its own, that turbo. For those that don't know, it's a Garrett Journal 75mm compressor, 82mm turbine wheel with a 1.01 housing. They say it's rated to about 1,000 horse. The sweet spot would be around the 800 horsepower. After that, the efficiency drops off and I'd be imagining to throw a lot of heat into it. But anyway, we've got it sort of sitting there guys. It's bloody fantastic. It really is. I'll show you underneath in a second. I've sort of got the wastegate sort of half fabricated. And that's how it's sort of going to sit. Obviously there's going to be a lot more to it. But for now I've just sort of got it half sitting there. That's where it's going to sort of mount. I've got to make bracketry up to really hold the turbo because obviously it's going to get incredibly hot, the exhaust pipe, and it may weaken. So we've got some extra gusseting and bracings to go, but it will mount like that. The idea behind it guys, so I'm going to build a box once it's all tested and I'm happy with it. And I'm just going to make it so the box is all sealed and it'll just have a lid on it. So I'll service it from the lid as I access through it. And obviously if I want to take the turbo out, I can undo the clamping, the clamps, the downpipe, undo the 4 bolts to the hot side, etc. And then I can just sort of lift it out. But it gives me great scope now guys to build and fabricate a decent drain box. I'm actually thinking of mounting the, well, I'm a bit undecided actually whether to mount the scavenge pump inside the cab or in underneath, so I'm a bit unsure about that. But look at the height I've got now for an awesome drain box and venting system with that. Oh, it's going to be brilliant. Now the downpipe will come straight out through the door, so I've worked it out. It'll roughly be above sort of from that point about here. So I think it's going to be insane. Oh, we're not running any mufflers, so we've got a straight through design. I'll show you underneath guys, give you a bit of a look. Oh, actually what I'll do, I'll go through the other side and I'll give you a bit of, you'll get a bit of a better view of it. I've got something to show you too guys as well, which is, oh well, it's unreal. It really is. And it answers a lot of questions that I've had in the last sort of probably 6 or so months. But I'll get to that in a minute. There you go. So that part of the pipe now is going to be solid mounted. We'll put a flange on the 3-inch, and what we're going to do, we're going to run a decent flexible bellow, and all we've got to do is come through and connect it up. The wastegate's in perfect position there, as you can see it. As the exhaust gas wants to run up into the turbo there, we've grafted it right on that bend, and it's just going to work incredible. It really is. Oh, I can't wait guys. This is going to be unbelievable now. Like I said, with no restriction, We've got fantastic flow. We've shortened up the charge pipe considerably now. We should be basically running fairly well. We're only going to have maybe, well, obviously now I'm going to need a sort of a 45 degree, 245s to get an offset to run back up through the firewall. So what, 3 bends? And I think I had from last time was about 8 or 9 bends from memory. I'll show you. It was crazy. Crazy amount of bends. Look at them all there. All the amount of bends just to snake it up to get it up to the front. Unreal. Well, now I've simplified it and it's going to be incredibly efficient. Oh, it's just going to be off the show, folks. You can see that white, or that sort of cover behind the programmable box. So it's going straight through there. So that'll be brilliant. I've got some ideas on when I do the box. I'm actually going to put a couple more holes once I work out where to put them. So what the idea is, I'm going to encourage piping airflow into the box and then we bleed it out through the floor. So we're keeping the turbo, everything nice and cool with a good flurry of air, and I'm not going to run the turbo beanie. I'm just going to keep it uncovered for now because I think it's going to be incredible. It really is. Alright folks, well that's the little update so far. As I do more and fab up more, I'll keep on the videos and show you. We've got lots to talk about still. But check this out, guys. This is one of my flexible bellows I had on the original system. This one was before the muffler. You know what, guys? I've got to admit it, but I noticed the 355 the other weekend there. When it ramped up in boost, it was incredible, but once it got up around sort of 4,500, 5,000 revs, it felt like it was laying over. I wasn't sure what the go was. I really didn't know what was causing it. I had a look at the timing, I was checking air fuels, and I sort of I couldn't understand why it was laying over. It used to lay over a tiny little bit with the 308, but I'd sort of put it down to, I don't know. I thought that was the way it was. But I know sort of previous from that, like 12 months before, it used to really fly, like get up in the top end and it'd just go really crazy. Well, there you go. That's the cause of it. Look at that, folks. This, obviously the gas would enter into here and it actually blew the back of it out, and I'll show you in the light. Look how restricted that is. Look how crazy that is. So there you go, flexible bellows. They're bloody rubbish. Look at that. Oh, that's just crazy. Oh my God, the restriction going on there, guys. No wonder the poor thing wouldn't rev hard. Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm starting to think that wouldn't have helped, especially when I went up in boost around the 15 pound mark. I've got a funny feeling that would have been a little bit of the cause to giving incredible cylinder pressures, because you can't get rid of the gas quick enough. You would have had an incredible pressure on the hot side. If you can't get rid of it all out of the exhaust, you're still going to get some stay in there and obviously swallow for the next fire stroke. And you've got contamination, and I reckon that's what was happening. And then obviously we would have had incredible cylinder pressures, and it would have got so hot and almost an uncontrolled burn, all because of restrictions. So won't be running them again, guys. I'm actually thinking about the other style of flexible bellow. They're like a concertina, bit of steel. I'm going to look into it. But I can't have that happen again, guys. That's absolutely crazy. Alright folks, well that's a little update for now on the turbo. I'm bloody so excited about it. I personally feel this is absolutely going to transform this car. So it's incredible. I'm tipping around 20 minimum kilo of weight saving. I'm going to reweigh the car when I do it because I've actually cut a lot of bracketry out from underneath the car that serves no purpose now. So I'm going around cleaning things up and oh look, it's going to be absolutely fantastic, guys. It really is. Alright folks, well I'll pop one up soon when I get further along with it. I'm on the march with it now, so I've actually got a little bit of time off work and I just want to keep marching on with it. And this to me is what it's all about, guys. Pushing the boundary, thinking out of the box and just having a go. Alright folks, enough of my rambling. I'll pop one up soon. Catch you later.